Hey guys, Brian Cox here with the Fearless Purpose Podcast, and we are excited today to talk about something that is going to push some of you and make some of you really afraid and scared or excited or give you the power, and that is, when do you say no to a client? When do you say, I am not going to take this person on as a client or as a customer? And I'm talking to a lot of you guys out there who are doing things like coaching or business development or training even or development, and this could go to many other businesses as well. But I said no to a client recently, and I think this is important for people to understand why you should do the same thing sometimes. So, background. Had somebody come to me, they wanted to do some coaching, which was great. I love building that coaching business. One of my favorite things to do, in fact, big fan of it. It leverages a lot of things I love to do when it comes to building, scaling businesses, and working with people to really find themselves, their passion, their purpose. So, I'm not gonna go into details in case this person sees this. This person wanted to do something, right? It was a new business they wanted to start, and the truth is they had been talking about doing this business for over 5 years. Over 5 years they've talked about it. That was my first red flag. Whenever you hear someone who says, oh, I've been wanting to do this forever, okay, that's great. Why have they not done it? You need to find this out. As a real coach, you need to find out what is the purpose in this and understand that you can't help everybody. You cannot effectively coach someone until they want to be coached, right? Whenever the student is ready, the teacher will appear. That's a great saying, and I think it's important. And sometimes someone is not ready. Like people who identify with my content. I've had people say, oh, Brian, that was great. And I'm not bragging, I'm just being honest. They say, oh, that changed my life. It probably wasn't me. I hate to say it, but it may not have been me. It might have just been that they were at the point in their life where they were willing to hear the things that I've said. Do I say things that other people have said in the past? Yes, absolutely. You know, I mean, a lot of this stuff is basic goal setting, mission, strategy. You can find this stuff, right? And they could have heard it from someone else. In fact, they probably heard it from someone else. They might have read it in books before, but they weren't ready to hear it until that moment, so there was change. There are other people who are like, oh, that Brian guy, he doesn't, blah, 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 I don't know what he's talking about. Fine, great. Maybe they weren't ready to hear it at that time. That's fine. You cannot please everybody. There's some people who love you, some people who hate you. I just do me, and if you love it, great. If you don't, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna change for you because you know what? If I changed for you and I just try to blow with the wind with my clientele or with my fans or the people who don't like me or the internet, then I'm gonna become this, you know, soft, weird, vanilla version of myself, and I don't wanna do that. That's not me, not gonna happen. You do you, I do me. We can be fine with that. Now, back to the client. Red flag, thought about it for 5 years, talked about it for 5 years, wanted to do it 5 years, didn't do it. Okay, why have you not done this? And then I started hearing the excuses. And the excuses ranged from, you know, their internalized fear of they wouldn't be good enough, which we can help with that. It was, well, you know, I just haven't had the time. Okay, I get it. I've heard that before. That's people lying to themselves, by the way, most of the time. You have time, just you didn't make the time, wasn't important to you. Then the big things really started to come out. Is that I started asking these key questions. Well, are you ready to make it happen now? And I got a soft yes. And a soft yes is saying, well, you know, but what if, you know, I can't devote enough time to it? I'm like, whoa, in a coaching relationship, if you can't devote time to the coaching, this is when we meet this many times, it's gonna be once a week at this time. You pick the time, I'll give you a range, but can you commit to being there every single week? I'm like, well, yeah, I can probably make it. It's like, no. You commit. And if you don't show, and I have a rule, by the way, if I have a coaching client and you didn't show up for 2 sessions in a row without rescheduling during that week, then you're gone. I'm sorry, but you know what? I'm not gonna waste my time with people who don't do that. It's just not my thing. And by the way, I have never yet had a client to do that because I set that expectation up front, and the expectations are important. So continuing on, soft yes on that, on the committing to it, and then here's the big one. Are you willing to push through and actually get this done if you don't have perfection? Meaning this person wanted to do something, I'm not gonna get into it, and one of the reasons it held them back was wanting to be, basically for it to be perfect. And perfection is a myth, right? And just like I said with myself, you know, if you want to build a business, say it's a coaching business, or it's a content development business, or write a book, that's a good example, writing a book. You wanna write a book and you wanna write the most amazing book ever? Well, you know, that's subjective, man. If you're trying to write it for other people, no, you're not gonna write the best book ever because not everyone's gonna love it. I love a lot of different books. Hey, big fan of Harry Potter books, right? I love them. Guess what? There are some people, crazy people, who don't like the Harry Potter books. You know what? Because you know what? J.K. Rowling couldn't write it for everyone. She wrote it for her. And then the people who loved it identified with it, and she created her tribe and her brand of people who loved it, and she kept going with that. if she were to ever, not saying she has, if she were to ever start writing it for the masses, for the people, that's whenever things really do not work well. So there were some red flags in this this coaching interview basically, and I told this person openly, like, look, in order to work with me, I have to have commitment that you are not only going to be there, that you are going to be willing to let go of some things. We're going to push you, and here's the thing: I'm fine with helping you, push through those things, but you have to come into it with an open mind, and you have to be willing to commit to at least trying the things that I want to, work with you on. And this person said, well, basically, long story short, that they were willing to commit as long as they didn't have to do this, and this. Nope. That's it. Nope. If you put parameters around what you will and will not do to grow, I'm sorry, but I can't help you. And I'm not going to do it. You have to be able to push yourself. You have to be willing to, explore what is, possible in your life. And if you're not willing to do that, you're not an ideal client. And here's the thing. Not only would I potentially not been able to help this person, but it would have been a black eye on my business, because then I have negative comments, right? I have someone who says, well, I signed up for coaching, but they didn't really help. And there's always two sides to that story, right? The side of, well, why were they not able to help? Was it because their information was bad, because their concepts were bad, was it because their models were bad, or was it because you didn't do what they said? And if you have a client who you don't think is actually going to do what you say it needs to be done, it will not be a benefit to your business. The money is not worth it. Short-term money, if you take that short-term money, you might be giving up thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars in the future by tarnishing your reputation. So I'd say this: sometimes it's okay to say no to a client. If you feel like it is not a good fit, if you feel like you cannot meet the expectations, or you feel like they cannot meet your expectations for success going through it, you might want to consider just saying no. And I'll tell you, if you can do that, then that helps push you forward in achieving your fearless purpose. So guys, if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, let us know what kind of content you want to hear about in the future, and we will see you guys in the next episode.